नमस्कार, मैं श्रेया और आप सबका एक बार फिर से स्वागत है फेडरल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ होटल मैनेजमेंट के इस यूनिक टॉक शो में, जहाँ पे हम मिलते हैं हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री के एक्सपर्ट से। तो आप सबका स्वागत है टॉक ऑफ द टाउन कॉफी विद एक्सपर्ट्स में। तो जैसा कि आप सबको पता है कि हम इस शो में हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री के कुछ जाने माने हस्तियों से मिलते हैं, उनसे जानते हैं उनकी लाइफ की जर्नी और उनसे सीखते हैं हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री के बारे में। तो आज जो हमारी गेस्ट है वो इस culinary वर्ल्ड में more than 25 years से है। She has an experience of over 25 years in this culinary world और she has appeared on numerous cook shows, you name it, and she has appeared on those channels, say History Channel, then TLC, then NDTV Good Times, etc. And she is also one of the culinary advisory board members at FIHM. And अगर मैं कहूँ, she is an expert on Indian vegetarian dishes. So let's welcome Chef Gunjan Goyala. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you so
and
much.
thank you so much for appearing on our show today and coming to our institute and giving a master class to the students on the eve of International Chefs Day celebration. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, ma'am, हम पहले की शुरू करें, मतलब हम I just want to know about your journey in this hospitality industry. Like, what is your journey? What's your story?
Well, जैसे कहते हैं ना, हर खाने की एक कहानी होती है, तो इस जर्नी की भी एक कहानी थी. It all happened that my mother, I belong to a pure vegetarian family, and my mother would not even eat onions and garlic. With the result, हम बाहर कहीं खाना खा ही नहीं पाते थे, किसी भी रेस्टोरेंट. So one day we went to a hotel and I said, can we have a dish without onion garlic? They said, we don't do anything. All we can do is maybe a salad for you. I realized that there is hardly any vegetarian menu except dal, paneer, and that also with onions. So people, there are Jains, there are like other communities, those who don't eat onion garlic. I somehow realized there is a very big vacuum which can be fulfilled and which can become a niche product. Of course, it took me 20 years to come up to that point where people are appreciating today. And I still remember when I started my journey as in the hotel industry, they said vegetarian has no scope. It was very disturbing, it was very disheartening. And but somehow I said ki if I've taken a decision, I should follow my heart. Probably those instincts and some support from the family and friends did help me to come all the way and to reach where I am today. But definitely I say this is not a place where people should just take it for the sake of taking it. कि हमें कुछ बनना है, कुछ नहीं बन सके, तो शेफ बन गए. ये यहाँ पे उनके लिए कोई जगह नहीं है, to be very honest. Today it's a competitive world. There is competition in every field. और अब जैसा कि आजकल का फैशन है और जैसा कि आजकल का माहौल है, खाने में भी इतनी वैरायटीज आ गई हैं. अब आप देखिए इंडिया में you can get any cuisine of the world. So see the competition, the strength of food that it has. So you have to prove yourself, you have to prove your mettle that you are someone. And to be someone, it is a lot of hard work and perseverance. So I always like to tell the juniors or people who are coming up in the industry that are you sure you want to be a chef? Don't be a chef because you said it is a fashionable thing to say I'm a chef, or it is a fashionable statement to make I work in a hotel. It is not so. It is the most unglamorous profession. Not in one, more than many ways. You have very long hour of working. You have no family life because if there is a party, it's a party. Whether your family has a party in their own house, but you have to be at the work front. I can only say that this is one profession, it is a profession of commitment. So when I say commitment, you have to be committed to yourself that मुझे ये काम करना है, be it what. So it took me a time, yes, it took me a lot of time to understand the profession, to reach where I am. And of course, it's a very big satisfaction within myself. So I'm very glad I chose this profession and I'm here today.
So ma'am, it's really good to know that you followed the passion in your heart before becoming a chef. And now you are here, and it's so good to see you here today.
Thank you.
So ma'am, I would like to know, like, what's your typical weekday like? What's your typical weekday like? And what do you do on your weekends?
See, now I am, working in a very different pattern. I have taken a sabbatical thanks to COVID. COVID has changed a lot of lives in the world all over. So I started realizing the value of free time. Earlier, when there is a party in the hotel, there is no time for you, whether it is a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday or a Tuesday. And the first principle in the hotel is throw your watch outside. You have no time to look at your watch, you're working. So when you say what is your typical weekday like, it all depends what are the commitments I have with the hotel, with my clients. And after that, yes, whenever I can get some time in between, I would love to watch a movie. I'm a movie buff. I love to go shopping. And of course, then as a part of my academic interest, I have to know what is happening in the world, in the food world. What are the new restaurants coming? What are the new trends that are happening in the world? So that gives me a chance to go to the restaurants, to try out new food. There are shortcomings and there are plus points of this profession. So yes, I do get to explore the world in a very different manner where I can taste the food.
Great, ma'am, great. So, ma'am, when you define hospitality industry to anyone, so since a lot of viewers that we have are either in the hospitality industry, they're pursuing their studies, or they're planning to enter. So, how would you define what is hospitality industry and what changes hospitality industry has gone through when you started working, and if you compare both the timelines, what are the changes that it has faced?
Okay. In a very crude language or in a layman's language, you can say hospitality industry is to having a home outside home, where you're getting all the comforts of the home, and it is the responsibility of the hotel to make you as comfortable. In fact, with some extra fringes, extra benefits that you miss out at home. So the industry in a layman's language is to have another house. Now for the people who are running the hotel, for them it is a service-oriented industry. So a lot of service and lot of, as I said, commitment. You need a large staff, and you need a staff who understands the requirement of the guest. And at times there are guests who come to us and say, well, I need to go to a party and I forgot my dress at home. So we have to even arrange a dress for them. Maybe some jewelry, So those kind of things have to be taken care of when you come to a hospitality industry. Now the food. Now food is a very big challenge because each diner has his own taste. You have to cook food as per the diner's choice. But you also have a certain standard in your restaurant. There are certain recipes that need to be followed. You can't change every now and then. You have to follow a pattern because your other diners are coming because of your menu. So they are expecting a particular taste. But suppose it is in a hotel, as a long-staying guest, they expect a little bit to their whims and fancies. So you have to be very, very flexible and give them the comfort of a house and make them feel that although they are away from their homes, but it's still a home for them. So I would like to say a hospitality industry is an industry where you have to make the guest very comfortable. And all the spheres of comfort, be it food, be it room, be it service, be it clothes, a small thing like the room temperature. You know, if the temperature is too low and you're feeling very cold, you're not comfortable. Likewise, if it is too hot, you're not comfortable. So these are small little things, you know. You have to know the allergies of the person who's staying, and if it's a repeat guest, you have to know the past history. कि उसको क्या पसंद था, क्या नहीं पसंद था. So this requires a lot of work. And as you asked, what are the changes? Well, changes are dramatic. Changes is the whole world. It is a 360 degree change. Why I say that? Because there are a lot of travelers now. 25 years back, people would only travel for work and very few for vacation. Now, on a drop of a hat, everybody wants to go out for a holiday. And there are more travelers, that means more hotels, more requirement, and more work for all of us.
Like the opportunities are a lot.
Of course,
yeah.
There are, like there are a lot of institutes have come up, the training institutes. They are all flourishing because there are so many opportunities and so many avenues for the student as well as the trainer.
Great, ma'am. Great to hear that. And so, how can I leave the pandemic situation out? So, what's your take on the pandemic and its impact on hospitality industry?
See, pandemic has taught us a lot. It has taught us the value of time. It has taught us the value of what is it to take a back seat and relax and have the importance of your own time. And this has left an impact on the entire world, not on just one country. It has, the sad part is there are a lot of retrenchments, especially in hospitality and travel sector, because लोगों की आवाजाही कितनी कम हुई है, लोगों का बाहर जाके खाने में भी बहुत कम हुई है. मगर आप उसके साथ देखिए, parallelly, home cooks are doing very well. Home chefs are doing very well. Small little kitchens are doing very well because everybody wants food. Everybody is looking for a change. So those home chefs have started supplying food. And they are doing very well. And the best part is, वो जो थोड़ा सा खाना बनाते हैं, they are able to control things in a much better way. When it is a bulk production, naturally, the food is a little different than what you get otherwise. So there are good and there are bad points for pandemic. And I hope to see another 2 years, we'll be back to what we were, because people will travel, people will eat food, people will enjoy life, and hotels are going to flourish.
It's a great thing, ma'am.
It is.
So, ma'am, I have seen that you have mentioned in a lot of places digitally about slow food and sustainability. Can you just elaborate a little bit on that?
Okay. See, slow food is a movement started in Turin, Italy by this gentleman called Carlo Petrini. Alright, I feel Europeans have a very fast life. Everybody, the whole family is working. There are hardly people staying back at home. But if you look at slow food from Indian perspective, it has always been there. We don't need to use the word slow food or sustainability. Tell me, haven't you seen your grandmother cooking in the kitchen and collecting the peels of the vegetables और वो गाय को डाल देती थी?
I have seen it. Yes.
You've seen it?
Yes.
Everybody in India has seen it. आज से 40-50 साल पहले I still remember, in fact, to large extent I practiced that. घड़ों में पानी होता था, फ्रिज में पानी नहीं होता था। तो आप क्या कर रहे हो, वो घड़े में से पानी देने के बाद आप कुम्हार को एक काम दे रहे हैं जो कि वो मटका बनाएगा, and you're generating work for him, you are holding the economy, and that कुम्हार जो वो घड़ा बनाता था, you're keeping yourself attuned in nature, क्योंकि वो घड़ा तो मिट्टी से ही बनता था ना। You're saving on electricity. You see, the moment you keep yourself attuned with nature, you're following the slow food movement. You're following sustainability. क्योंकि आप देखो ना, वो जो मिट्टी का घड़ा टूट जाएगा, फिर वो मिट्टी में ही मिल जाएगा और फिर उससे एक दिन दोबारा घड़ा बन जाएगा। जो हमारी एग्रीकल्चर, आज इज एग्रीकल्चर बेस्ड इकोनॉमी, तो जो गेहूं, जो सब्जियां उगती हैं हम वो खाते हैं, और जो गाय भैंस है उनका जो गोबर है उससे हम मैन्योर बनाते, और जो हमारा भी जो वेस्ट है दैट इज रिसाइकल्ड, इट गोज इनटू द वेस्टलैंड। जो सब्जियां हैं दैट इज ईटन बाय द एनिमल्स, दोज हु हैव अ डेयरी फार्म, सो एवरीथिंग इज रिसाइकल्ड, so that is sustainability. Plastic is one thing which can't be recycled, and today the whole world is facing that problem,
suffering because of that.
Because of that, we are having global warming because of over usage of electric equipments. अगर वो मिट्टी का घड़ा आप रख देंगी तो आपको फ्रिज की कम जरूरत पड़ेगी। तो आप you're saving the environment by warm gases, and matti is you're cooling the maintaining the temperature of the water. So I feel India always had slow food, India always had sustainability. It is just that we were aping the West, and now that the West is aping slow food, we are also coming back to our own nature. So as they say, सृष्टि एक पूरा घुमाव लेती है, तो शायद इसने भी एक घुमाव लिया है, and you have come back to nature.
True. It's a great concept, and I think everyone should follow this.
Everyone should,
because that is the way we can sustain ourselves.
Correct.
And save things for our future generation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, ma'am, I would like to ask you one last question. Like, what would be your suggestion, your guru mantra for the hospitality students who are pursuing their studies and who has just entered or started their career? What would be your guru mantra for them?
Come again, I didn't understand. What should be my guru mantra?
Guru mantra, yes.
For the hospitality students.
Students as well as for those who have just started working in the industry.
Okay. Firstly, I like to clarify, when the student join this industry or your learning center, they should be very clear in their mind. What is their target? Do they want to be a chef? Do they want to be in front office? Do they want to join HR? What is that they want to do? Don't come for the sake of coming. You know? Okay, if you want to be a chef, great. Revive our old recipes which have died a natural death. I can request the chefs to do that. I can request the people who are in the service center, like for example, they want to be in the front office. Understand what does the guest want. Make him comfortable. You are here for your comfort. Make others more comfortable. They will come back to you. So follow your heart. Don't do anything just for the sake of earning money. पैसा आ जाएगा, आपकी विद्या नहीं आएगी. विद्या होगी तो पैसा तो आ ही जाएगा, मगर पैसा होगा तो विद्या नहीं आएगी. So it is very important to learn. Every moment is a learning moment. You must learn and absorb, and then get the clarity. क्योंकि आपको ज्ञान आपको clarity देगा, और जब वो clarity आ जाएगी, you are a win-win situation.
True, ma'am. Absolutely true, and I think all the people who will be watching this show will be grateful by your words, and it's a great thing that you could be with us on our show. And just one last thing, ma'am, say a few words about FIHM.
Okay, well, I've been associated with FIHM from last 1 year. I think I'm on your board for something, yes. So, not that because I'm on board. I'm very happy that such institutes are opening and you're guiding the students. There is a center who are very serious about their things. That is why you are having me interaction with us. Not just me, you're calling other chefs, you're calling other stalwarts of the industry for them to come and share their experience, which is very important. Because I tell you, learning can never stop. It can keep on. You may employ 10 professors, but you still need an outside agency to come and share their experience. That is what inspires the students.
Absolutely.
So it's a very good exercise you are doing, and I'm very happy to be a part of you, and I must congratulate you for this.
Thank you so much for your kind words, ma'am, and we are so glad that you could be here with us today, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.